Ugh, got some in my mouth. Hi everyone, it's Raven. For today's video, I'm going to be doing something a little bit different than what I've done. Today I'm going to be doing a get ready with me video. So I'm going to be doing this look, my everyday face look, and my hair as well, and just kind of talk to you guys about what's been going on in my life, what have I been up to, what are some big changes that are happening in my life, and kind of what I'm focusing on. Just a few kind of random topics. Let's get started to it. I'm just gonna prime my face first. I'm using the same primer I've used in every video so far, just from The Ordinary. Grab this foundation here. So this foundation I did in a video. It's looking a little rough right now, but this is the Maybelline 24 Hour Super Stay, and I've just been loving it. I've been wearing it like pretty much every day now, so that's good. It's still a little bit dark for my skin, but I've been maintaining my tan a little bit more now that it's summertime, so I've been kind of consistent that way. Basically, my life has been it's been pretty busy. A lot of big changes are coming. I am starting school in September, and it's a pretty huge step for me. Like I've been to school a couple times in the last 10 years, we'll say, and nothing has really ever felt right to me, you know? Like I've been through college, I've been through university, and out of all of it, you know, I never left feeling like I really accomplished anything. And that sounds absolutely ridiculous, because it's like, how do you spend so much money on a course and then come back and it's like, oh, I don't want to do this anymore, like, oh, this is completely pointless. But in reality of it, it's what you value, and like what your value in the course is, and how you feel it's going to impact your life. And if you don't see yourself being able to do that job every single day for the rest of your life, then it was kind of a waste. And I don't want to say it like that, because it sounds really negative, but at the end of the day, like, if you have to take out student loans, it is kind of a waste. You know, you have to pay that money back, you know? And I feel like it's just so expensive to go to school nowadays, and to go out and spend, you know, $16,000 a year to go and do something that you might like and you might not like, or you might never use it again, is such a huge gamble. And I feel like that's just like, that's an unfortunate part of going to college, and I wish people were more aware of like the reality of that, because looking back, it's like, if I had known what I know now, I don't think I ever would have went to school, out of high school. I spent 5 years in school right out of high school. 2-year hiatus. No, I went to school, and then I took a 2-year hiatus, went back to school, took the summer off. I went back again, took a summer off, went back again for 2 more years, and then eventually just looked at my life and said, you know what? I'm not happy with any of this, and I'm just gonna start fresh. And I left the province with very little education, and I went off and started just working whatever jobs I could get, basically. And let me tell you, I learned more from those. I think it's been about 4 years now since I last went to school, and I learned more in those 4 years than I ever learned in college. And that's my experience. I'm not going to say that, you know, if you go to college you're going to waste your time. Like, it's not like that at all. It's just, that was what it was like for me. So I came back to the homeland, and things changed in a huge way for me. I basically just kind of realized what talents I had, and for me that was doing makeup. Like, I love doing makeup, obviously. It's something that I did well, and I did it as a freelance artist out west. And then I came back here, and a lot of the licensing is different here, and I struggled, and I wasn't able to kind of practice what I wanted to do. So I said, you know what, screw all that. I'm going to put myself through school again. And I'm going to get an aesthetics program under my belt, and I'm going to be done with it, hopefully forever. So yeah, I started aesthetics in September this year, and I'm both terrified, excited, exhilarated. I don't really know how to describe how I feel. More excited than anything. I feel like this is it for me, like this is what I want to do. I've worked in the beauty industry for the last 5 years, and I just feel like, you know, if it wasn't for me going and exploring that part of my life, I don't know if I ever would have got to the point that I'm at now. So it's pretty huge. I think on the whole of everything, I really just want to like be able to educate people. Like, I obviously love doing YouTube, but I want to be able to educate people on skincare and makeup and products and what kind of products you should be using. And I feel like in aesthetics it's such a big focus, and knowing your products and knowing ingredients and knowing how the skin reacts to things. And I find it largely appealing in general. I think I just love anything to do with the face. Like, I love skin, I love lashes, I love lipstick, I love brows, I love all of that, and I think aesthetics is gonna bring me to where I want to be, you know? So that's what's been going on with my life. Besides that, it's just been focusing on summer, doing summer things, you know? I got a cat a few months ago, almost 2 months ago now. So that's another huge change. You could probably hear her in the background of the video. She's a cutie pie. I really am so glad that I found her. It was, I don't want to say it was like meant to be, but it kind of was. Basically, my partner and I, we just went into a shelter, and we were like, okay, well, we'll just take a look and see. Like, we were looking online, but there weren't really any cats that we looked at, and we were like, oh my gosh, like this is our perfect cat. There were a few we were kind of interested in, but we were kind of just going with it, and we were like, well, we'll go see, and then maybe we'll see something that we like, and maybe we won't. So we went into this shelter, and they were like, oh yeah, we have 2 rooms. There was cats that were treated for respiratory disease, and then cats that weren't. So of course we went into the one for the cats that had been treated already. And literally as soon as we walked in, the cat just like got up, and she goes over to the cage, and she just starts meowing and like rubbing herself up against the cage, and we're like, oh, she's so cute. Like, we were like, oh, we need to see that one. And there were other cats there that were going up to the cage and stuff, but just something about this cat was just like, we were just like, oh my gosh, she's so precious, like we need to have her, kind of thing. So so we went out and asked the people, we were like, hey, can we take this cat out? Like, is she safe? Is she cool with that? And they were like, yeah, take the cat out, whatever. Just make sure the door's closed and make sure, you know, she doesn't get away, obviously. So we did that, and we took her out, and she's just like purring and like going back and forth between the 2 of us, and like getting pet by both of us. And we were just like, oh my heart and soul. Like, we were just like so moved by this cat. I looked at him and I was like, Tyler, we need to like, I think we need this cat, you know? I was just kind of like, we can't leave without this cat. So he's like, well, let's go look in the other section. And then, so we looked in the other part where there were more cats, and there were a few cute cats, and they had a kitten there too that a lot of people were going for. And I was like, no, it's this one cat. This one cat that's really speaking to me right now. So we went back into the other part of the shelter, and we were like, we looked at her again, and she was still just like loving, like being so sweet. And we were like, all right, well, this is it, we'll have to get her. But we didn't have anything to carry her in, and we didn't have any like food, litter, that kind of stuff. So we were like, well, we need to go out and get this stuff. So we talked to the people at the shelter and we were like, yeah, we're really interested in this cat. Like, she's like the sweetest thing in the world. And then they were like, yeah, we need to just like prepare her paperwork and stuff if you guys want to take her home today. So we were like, all right, well, we'll figure that out, and then you guys figure that out and we'll come back. So that's what we did. Speeding it ahead a little bit, we basically went out, got all of her stuff, we came back, we signed the paperwork, and they're like, yeah, so Carrie, my cat, she's only been at the shelter for like a couple days, and the reason that she was surrendered was because her owners got really sick. They were like an older couple, I guess, and the one got sick and passed away, and then the other one was too sick to care for her. And I was like, oh my heart, like this sweet little baby. So we were just like so moved, and we were like, oh my gosh, like it just like warmed our heart. It took her a while to get used to us. Once she did, she, you know, she was kind of scared of everything at first, but now she basically runs the house. This is not our house anymore, this is the cat's house. But needless to say, she's really adjusted well, and it's been different having a pet in the house. Like, you don't even realize how much they change your life until they do, and it's, you know, it's been so great, and we just love her so much. And I love her so much that I actually got a tattoo of her on my leg. I'll just show you guys really quick. Actually, it's in the healing process, but so that's my tattoo that I got of my cat. It's, like I said, it's a little scabby. It's still at the end of the healing process, but yeah, I went out and got a tattoo of my kitty as Dracula. No regrets. So yeah, I don't know if my cat will ever appreciate it as much as I appreciate it, but you know, it's just, she's been changing our lives, and she's been making me so happy, and like waking up every day and having someone, I mean, she's not a person, but having someone greet you and be like, oh, it just warms my heart. Like, I just love her so much, and her little face, I just... Carrie, what you doing, baby? You're the cutest kitty in the world, in the whole world. Who's my sweet baby? You're the cutest kitty in the world. This is our rescue kitty, Carrie. She's so sweet. I love my baby. And I really want to try to get more time in my life to do these videos, because I really enjoy doing videos. Like I do. It's something that I'm passionate about, and I want to continue to do it. And I love having new ideas about stuff too. I've been really enjoying doing this chit chat video, so that's something that I would do again in the future. And this is my everyday color. This one is like, it's one of my favorite lipsticks like ever made. It is Too Faced Melted Matte in the shade Cool Girl, and it's such a beautiful nude. I literally wear it like at least 2 to 3 times a week every week, so try this if you haven't. And it also stays, like, it's really comfortable, and it stays on really nice, and it's not too liquidy, so it doesn't go all over your lips, which I really like. Alright, so that's my everyday look. That's my face. I'm also going to do my hair in this video. It's kind of a hot mess right now because I had it braided and I took it out. But I'm basically just going to add a little bit of curl to it just so it doesn't look super ratty. So I'm going to grab my curling iron. I'll be right back. One of the few videos you'll see me do anything with my hair. I don't love doing my hair. I have a lot of it, as you can see. So I tend to just kind of curl it once throughout the week really tight, and then let it naturally come out in waves. But I had it braided, so it's a little janky right now. So what I like to do before I curl my hair, I use a curling wand. I just have like a cheap one right now, but I use the Bumble & Bumble Surf Spray, and this is like, it's a texturizing salt spray. So I give it a couple sprays on each side, and then I just like let it dry for a few minutes, and it texturizes your hair, so it'll basically make it so you'll actually be able to hold a curl. I mean, my hair's not like super damaged, like it's pretty silky, to be honest, like it's in pretty good shape. mostly because I don't wash it more than like a couple times a week. But yeah, I like to have a little bit of extra texture to it because I find it keeps the curl in place longer. And being the lazy hairstyling person that I am, I really don't love having to do my hair more than a couple times a week. So having the texture spray really just makes things stay in it. Alright, so I think my iron is good. One blessing with working in the beauty industry is that you definitely know at least a couple hairstylists. I'm lucky enough to work with hairstylists, so they can usually do this stuff for me when I don't want to. I had my hair braided by one of the hairstylists yesterday, and she did a really cool fishtail braid, but I think my hair just needs a little bit of extra curl. This is how I like to do them. I'm probably not going to do a full head of curls. Where I did have my hair braided, there's still a couple sections, so I'm just going to kind of go with it. Another thing I've really been missing lately is music. When I was a youngin', right out of high school, I used to front a metal band, and it was super duper fun. Definitely something that I love doing. My passion for singing has been a lifelong thing. I just wish that I had the outlet to like get back into it, because I feel like myself alone, like even though I'm pretty content with how my voice sounds, I just feel like I need like that band support to be able to be confident enough to get on stage and perform. And it's kind of hard, honestly. Like it's not easy to find people that are on the same page as you musically. It's just been kind of putting it on hiatus for the time being, but it's definitely something I like to dabble in again. My musical taste changes so often, it's tricky. Like primarily I feel like I listen to mostly heavy music, so I do listen to like a lot of metal, heavy, hard rock, hardcore, all that kind of stuff. Punk music occasionally. I kind of dabble between different playlists. And then on the complete opposite hand side, I love rap music. And I listen to a lot of that as well. Rap music, trap music, hip hop, R&B, like all that kind of stuff. One to the other, they're so different. But that's just kind of what I listen to on a regular basis. And you know, I'd be down to do any type of music at this point. Like I like a lot of Indian stuff too, and I feel like for my voice personally, I feel like I would really excel at like indie type music. But I would need a band. Like there's no way, even if I knew how to play a guitar, it wouldn't be like, there's no way I could just sit there and play a guitar and sing, if I even could, which I can't. So yeah, it's something I would be really interested in doing. So if anyone in the East Coast wants to do that, please hit me up. Alright, so that's my hair. So I put quite a few curls in it. So what I like to do is kind of just run my hands through and take out some of the bigger curls. And I'm gonna spray it with hairspray. I generally don't use like a super heavy hold hairspray. I'm literally just using this from the drugstore right now. It's the Volume Control Garnier Fructis number 4 extra strong hold. I don't like doing this in the house, but spray the sides. But I do like a voluminous hairspray because I find it just gives me a little bit more, like I have plenty of volume obviously, but gives me a little bit more oomph. And then I sweep it all to one side because that's how I like to wear my hair. Alright, so that's it for this Get Ready With Me video. I really hope that you liked our little talk today. I just wanted to talk about kind of what's been going on in my life, and hopefully something has resonated with you, and maybe learned a thing or two about how I do my hair and makeup every day. Nothing too extravagant, just this is my everyday look, and I wanted to share it with all of you beautiful people. So don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you at my next video.